2026. Let's talk about the state of the market if you are an appointment setter or just an agency owner. What are the trends that have been running around the whole 2025? What I've seen happening over and over again is a lot of people are going back to outreach. Why? Because it's becoming cheaper, and when done correctly toward the right audience, is bringing results that are unexpected. And yes, in 2016, outreach was goated. You could get away with pretty much whatever bullshit you want. You could send memes. You could do whatever the fuck you want, right? Now the situation is a little bit different. Memes like these don't work anymore, right? They're just annoying as fuck. And what makes really the difference is having like very high quality outreach, being super direct, offering something that people really want. That's, for example, one thing that we have been doing in the last year and that got us great results. By the way, if we never met, I'm Nathan Zucchetti. I'm an agency owner, live in Italy, work with clients all around the world. So my experience comes from working with basically all type of business owner, from constructions, from roofers to other agency owners selling 10K packages, working with personal trainers, doing appointment setting for all of those different people, placing setters and managing setters for all of those type of different people, right? So I had a little bit of an experience with this. So coming back, what is happening right now in the market is that you are not going to get the great result that you would have seen at the start of this whole SMMA era, but at the same time you're going to get very good results when you use human setters, right? When you have very human interactions, sales calls, pick up the phone. When people see that you are human, they are more likely to interact nowadays, because most of the guys are too afraid to do this. So the trend is a little bit, oh, let's use some AI agent to do this and just let's see how it goes, right? Because they're scared to fucking pick up the phone. What is giving this big push to the whole like human setting in 2026? And I'm sure it will not stop in 2026. What is going to probably stop is the whole AI agency trend, that more and more people have seen that, yes, it can work, but at the end of the day, most of the people that are pushing this system are people who are profiting from teaching you how to build an AI agency more than having one. And if you look at this, they will be setting you with human setters. They will have you hop on calls with real closers, not AI closers. So, I mean, what are we even talking about, right? We talk about AI agencies, but none of those guys really have AI agencies. It's a little bit of a nonsense. What is happening? And by the way, I place and manage setters for other people because it's what I've always done for myself. So I know it's a little bit of, I wouldn't say pyramid scheme, but it's something on that sense. Like, if you can do something for yourself, then you should offer this to other people, not the opposite way. You try to offer something to other people, but then you don't use the same system, right? That's the nonsense. And that's one of the reasons why in our service at the moment we are not including as a standard the whole advertisement. Why? Because as an experience on myself, have I seen a few other clients, what is happening is that you are going to run ads and pay a lot of money, because now the cost of every single interaction, of every single KPI is very high. There is a lot of competition, and because of that, the platform are pushing ahead a lot of people who are not very qualified, right? To get qualified people through advertisement and hoping in them booking a meeting is something that is not bringing any fucking result. It doesn't matter if you spend like 300 euros per day, 500 euros per day. It doesn't really matter. You can spend 15K, but if your strategy is only the one of, yeah, let's have people book meetings through advertisement, at some point the whole platform will give you those appointments, but it will be shit. Doesn't matter how good your creative is. The better your creative, the higher will be the cost, and they will be like 500 per call, and then 750 for a show up, and then one close out of two. Basically, you're working for free. 1.5k cost per acquisition of someone with a 2 months average lifetime stay. Doesn't fucking make any sense, right? What makes sense instead is using advertisement. By the way, I'm not demonizing advertisement. What I'm saying is that the game has leveled up. You cannot just put out some ads and hope that, people will just book meetings and those people will be qualified. What you have to do right now is really target down on your niche, and then from there on you can then just qualify them manually. So you have to have people to opt in or start following you on Instagram, and that's what is the biggest trend that's getting the best results I've ever seen right now, end of 2025, start of 2026, and is a trend that will keep going. The whole idea is pushing the hybrid funnel. What it means that you run ads with your content. You get new qualified followers that engage with your content, right? When you get those people, you can then contact those new followers, having a setter or someone that do this for you, or you can maybe even use ManyChat for the first interaction. I don't know, I'm not a big fan. I think Instagram is quite advanced to sense when you're using those mechanisms, so it's not encouraging that, and it will basically shadow ban a little bit your content, pretty sure. And what will happen is that you have people that start following you from your content, from your ads, and then from there they will send you DMs engaging with your stories or with your post. After this happens, you have a setter, you book a meeting, you hop on the meeting, or you have a closer hop on the meeting with you. And by the way, I'm sure that 2026 will be the start of the revolution of with closing, because maybe you have noticed, but most closers at the moment, I'm telling this as a former high ticket closer, are becoming more and more morons, because people they're just throwing objections, knowing there are objections, because everyone is talking about high ticket closing, and it's something that is so common that people are hopping on meetings while eating, while freaking smoking, like doing whatever with sunglasses. I mean, those are not the type of people that you want to work with, but a lot of things are sliding away, right? So there is no need to be super formal when doing those meetings, but at the same time, 2026 will be the era where we come back to a little bit of professionality, and there will be this massive growth regarding women in sales, women in closing. Why? Because everyone is realizing, myself included, when you're a man talking with a girl, the chances of you just saying, listen, I'm broke, fuck off, are way lower, especially the hotter the girl is. And I know this might sound like objectifying the girl, misogynistic. I mean, if the close rate is higher, who the fuck cares, right? They make higher commissions, they are happier, they don't do nothing, basically. What will be the main issue with this new trend is that, I think Andrew Tate says this, most women, when you teach them how to make $1,000, $1,000 every hour, they will say, oh nice, I can just work 6 hours per month and be fine. Meanwhile, when you teach a man how to make 1,000 per hour, they will ask, okay, how can I stay awake all day? How can I stop sleeping to make 24K in a single day? That's the main difference with the mindset that we'll be facing. But if you find a female closer that's super highly motivated, by the way, if you are one, just send me a DM because we are hiring. If this is the case, this specific market is going to expand in a crazy way. Because right now have been dominated with ex-frat boys, people that come out from frats and now they want to just make money and they start becoming high ticket closer, but the mindset is the same. And there is a big category of people that are the highest spenders at the moment in the make money online space, or in general that are business owners who didn't get along with the frat boys. So if you put a frat boys in front of them, they will just not buy. Not because the product is not good, because they repel those people, right? And those people mainly maybe were the geeks at school. And when you put them in front of a female, a girl that's hot, that's smart, and is making good reasoning, promoting a good product, your product should be fucking good in 2026. They will buy effortlessly. Is this an unfair advantage in regards to women? Yes, that's life. Sorry, that's how it is. But you can hire them. I mean, who the fuck cares? The goal here is understanding where the market is going. And my prediction is that 2026, this trend of dominancy of women in sales will improve. Right now, have been predominantly male space. Now it's going to become more and more female. We will reach a point, maybe mid 2027, where the fact that you have in front of you a woman or a man will not change anything. Like, it will make a little bit of difference, but it will not be an extra 20, 30% in sales. It will just be maybe a 1% more, because people will get used to this marketing technique. So we will go back to having a predominantly male sales space. But in this moment, the trend is that girls in sales, girls in closing is improving, is skyrocketing. The only thing that I can really give you an advice, that's pretty much also my plan for 2026, is make content, run ads, push this content as far as you can to your ICP, of course. Have relentless setters. Don't be a retard that sends like memes twice per day for like 10 days straight for value, and hire a woman as a closer. Except that, have a good product, take care of your clients, don't just try to make money, and you will be fine. If you don't do those things, I'm pretty sure that you will have the downfall. Like, I don't want to make names because I might end up really in front of a fucking judge. I don't have time for this. Just don't be a retard, pay people, and yes. Ciao.